I am noticing trends that make me worry about the future of the men's rights movement, and the well-being of men in general. With the convenience of technology and the internet, people can acquire information faster than ever, and forming online communities is a way of people who are otherwise out of reach, to discuss the topics they are interested in. The MRM is largely an online community, since it is dangerous to say some of the arguments out in the open, in the real world. So with the growth of the internet, more men are discussing their problems and evaluating their situation, as a class. I think this is why I am seeing an incredible amount of gaslighting of men, coming from all directions. The traditionalist-leaning gynocentrist, telling us to get back to the plantation, giving us all kinds of pseudoscientific arguments is one side. The feminist gynocentric side has always argued that males are exclusively privileged compared to females, and thus their opinion should be ignored. And it is ironic how traditionalism, with its gender dynamics, is actually the original platform where male disadvantage took place, the original he for she, the birth of the matriarchy. However, I am now seeing a new tactic from feminists. They are trying to inject themselves in the conversation of male issues, even trying to occupy online spaces, like Reddit, with a seemingly pro-male title. Feminists like Lacey Green are interjecting themselves into the conversation, trying to paint all male disadvantage as the fault of men. Toxic masculinity being used as an excuse for the violence society visits upon men with impunity. By erasing misandry as a phenomenon that is oppressive to men. The role of male disposability in the treatment of males under Islam being reframed as Islam apology. There are also anti-statists who have tried to redirect accountability from women onto third parties such as the state. Some of them even claim feminism was solely the invention of men, exempting women of responsibility yet again. Talk about male hyperagency. It is not statism, or Karl Marx. Feminism started and took the form it did because of women's sense of entitlement. That is the thing they need to lose. The focus of this video is on the people who preach that all problems men face are a byproduct of male privilege. They are trying to co-opt the dialogue and to discredit any movement that does not put feminism in the center as useless, and not actually caring about men. And this is not going to work, for the following reasons I will give in this video. Non-MRM people have always tried to discredit anyone who does not subscribe to the feminist notion that women have always been exclusively oppressed by men. And asserting that MRAs don't want to collaborate with feminists on solving male problems just on principle. Could the problem actually be that the main premise of feminism is incorrect? Look, if you want to join a pro-male men's rights movement, go ahead. We will welcome you. But if you want to convince us that men's problems are all caused by themselves, boy have I got news for you. I will say this loud and clear, men's issues are caused by misandry. They are caused by female entitlement of male labor at the cost of the humanity of men. The notion that male privilege somehow, quote, backfires on men, is ludicrous, incorrect and anti-male. It is not true because it ignores the female privileges that women generate. Women feel entitled to male labor, and you will see this encoded in law. Of course, if you have the upper hand in society, you don't have the incentive to change. An important point is that males will be the ones who have to change and push for change. Not women. Because in this society, women win. There is no way for things to change if there is not a pro-male men's movement that is constantly pushing and eroding female privilege to the point that we have some kind of equality between the sexes. This is of course taking into account the biological factors that contribute to gynocentrism. Men should not have to work longer than women, just on the basis of gender. Men should not have to be the only gender drafted in war. Men must, I repeat must have 50% child custody guaranteed, or they are second-class citizens. women are entitled to nothing from men. Nothing. And I should just point out that the gaslighting that tradcons and feminists are trying to pull off is not going to work forever. The gender dynamics are being unveiled as we speak. More and more men are waking up to the exploitative nature of marriage, the most gynocentric of institutions. We must be active now, and not let outsiders that are not interested in helping men the slightest, co-opt our movement. We fight for the well-being of men, to the point of balancing the scales of rights and privileges between men and women.